Welcome to the 2019 field hockey season in review, and being joined by head coach Sam Schoessow as the field hockey team wrap it up another successful campaign. They went 6-11, 5 of those 11 losses by just a single goal. Got back into the tournament, into the semis of the SAA tourney. And coach, you look back at the season that was. How do you go about summarizing how things panned out?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of talent this year. We brought in a lot of freshmen, a lot of fresh legs. So that was really exciting, and we hit a turning point in our season, and it was probably around the Wittenberg game. Even though that wasn't a loss, that was an overtime loss, and that was a lot of those 1-goal games, and some of them were victories with 1 goal, and we were right there. We were really competitive. So looking to build off that for next year, and build off of the talent that we have.
Is there 1 or 2 areas you look at and go, you know what? At least for this season, that's our identity. That was our identity. That was the strength of this team.
Yeah, I think our Transylvania game at the end of the season, that was a big turning point for us. That was a big game that we had a lot on the line. We had to win by a certain amount of goals to win the 3rd place going into playoffs. So we really did. We practiced scoring, some different scoring techniques the day before, and they really applied it, and we did it. So I think that was a turning point, and going forward, just knowing that they can take those concepts and apply and get it done when the pressure's on the line, that gives us a lot of hope for next season too.
How great was it to finally, after 4 seasons, to have a schedule that has a number of home dates, 8 home dates this season?
It was amazing. It was, and unfortunately, not every year will be like that, just because of how many just of the smaller teams in our conference. But it was great to be, on campus, to play in front of our fans. The seniors, they 4 years, and this, their last year, to not be on a bus every single weekend and to have a little bit of, be on campus and play in front of their parents and things like that. It was really nice for them.
You mentioned the Transylvania matchup to wrap up the regular season. What was, on the line? Is that the one match, or is there another match that you point at and be like, that was a big highlight? That's one game or one match that stands out to us, and I don't want to say defines the season, but certainly was a highlight for you.
It definitely was a highlight. I mean, we had a couple other highlights. Beating Converse, they're a Division II team, so paid athletes, like, we can compete with them. We're right there. I also think the Sewanee series, which we were talking about prior to this, that was a really good game. Yes, they were 2 losses. One was overtime loss, but they were really close, and we did dominate. We just couldn't get it, put those goals away, which we ended up capitalizing in the next weekend with Transylvania. So
how about the game where afterwards the gender reveal of the baby?
Yes,
that's got to be a highlight, right?
Yes, that was a fun game. Yeah.
Look at all conference. 5 all conference performers this season. Megan McPike also named first team all region, was first team all conference, 11 goals, 4 assists. Lori Peacock, who continues the tradition that is for the Falcons of receiving an SAA newcomer of the year. Brianna Bueller was all conference. Sam Dunn was second team all region, and again was all conference for a 3rd consecutive year. And Kelsey Fulton, part of the all conference team. When you hear that list, when I start mentioning some of those names, how exciting is it for you as a coach to see where this program has been and where it's headed, and all these players now that are starting to see these accolades come their direction?
It's really exciting, and like you mentioned, to get 5 on the all conference team is great for us, for Concordia, and it is. I mean, a lot of them 4 of them are seniors, and a lot of them they're all Midwest players. So that's also kind of giving, most of them are Wisconsin players except for Lori from Illinois. But that also gives validation almost to Wisconsin field hockey that, we do have good players out here. We do know what we're doing. And it's just great to see, like you said, those seniors having those accolades, Sam for 3 years, and just, that their hard work does pay off, and it hopefully motivates the younger players to keep working, and, that's what hopefully our tradition will be.
How cool was to see Sam Dunn get picked to play in the D3, senior game this past month?
Yeah, that was awesome for her. And again, for her to represent our school, at the game. That was actually something that I played in when I was an athlete. So it is a very cool recognition. You're playing with some of the best senior athletes in the whole country with Division III. So for her to be able to be selected and represent not only Midwest but Concordia was awesome for her.
Speaking of seniors, senior day, 6 were honored. What have they meant to you? What have they meant to this program? Again, many of them being here since day one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are very special to me, and it's going to be really hard to replace. They'll be irreplaceable, but definitely hard, big shoes to fill. They stuck it out. They were my first recruiting class. We had other players come in and go. Maybe didn't, the travel was too much for them, maybe weren't as dedicated, but these girls really were, they're the core of Concordia field hockey. So, yes, just very proud of them, and it's going to be hard to replace them.
Before we talk about the road ahead, I just also want to bring up the position of goalkeeper, because it's always, every year it's that's the big, okay, what do you have at that position? And this year you had Caitlin Fitzgerald and Emily Binley who came on. What did you see from that position, having 2 different options as far as goalkeeping goes? Were you pleased with the progress at that position throughout the course of the year?
Yes, yeah, and I was. Caitlin, she's our veteran from last year, being a sophomore. Emily brought in, some fresh new talent, and they really complemented each other, which is why in some games you saw that they would split time until one of them won the starting position over one another. But it was very competitive, and that's kind of what we want in that position too. I know they're pretty close friends, but I know they also work hard and compete with each other for that starting position, and just make each other better on the field. So very pleased with their progress and looking forward to them. I mean, now we have next year a junior and a sophomore, and we don't really need to bring in another goalkeeper for a couple of years. So.
Losing so many seniors, what, I guess in your opinion, based on what you know is coming in or what could come in, what does the future look like as far as next year? What's the off-season focus for those that are coming back?
The off-season focus, so we're losing our captains as well. So looking for, those natural leaders to step up and really take our team and to build on the success that we've had. Our team is known for working really hard in the off season, in the weight room. They'll do some captain's practices in the Catalyst, things like that. And then next year we already have a good number of talent coming in from the East Coast, from the Midwest, and also from California. So looking to bring in more fresh legs. Definitely we'll need players to replace our seniors, but also to add more to that hardworking culture that we've established.
Did I hear too? You guys have a nice trip coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yep. Actually, it's next Saturday. They're leaving for Costa Rica, so that'll be our international trip.
Nice.
They're going to go there and play the international team. They're going to do 2 service projects, go hiking, surfing, things like that. So
must be nice.
Yeah, it'll be really fun.
Well, Coach, as always, thanks a lot for your time. Have a great off season, and we'll do it again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.